Blessed afternoon once again, Empire Builders, and welcome to our September month training, our monthly training activity. And I am going to be sharing with you guys today information that will cause you, if you apply even a percentage of what you learn here today, it will cause you to level up, which is the theme of our training session today. Before I get into the training, I want to sensitize you guys to something that every one of you are CEOs. You are a CEO, a Chief Executive Officer of your own organization. And I want to give you just 5 top characteristics that I've found in doing some research, reading, studying, personal development. 5 top characteristics of a great CEO. And you guys have to understand that you are running a business and you are the Chief Executive Officer. If you don't understand that, you've missed the entire opportunity. And this is why some of us do not succeed. But if we do, develop some of these characteristics, we do some of these things that I'm going to share with you, you will be an excellent CEO. You will have awesome persons following you, and you will build a very successful organization. 1, vision. A CEO should have a clear direction in which they want to steer their business. Ambition and optimism are good things when grounded in reality, and the head of a company needs to believe in those goals. Being able to inspire others to buy into your vision is an important tool in leadership. 2, receptiveness. It is crucial to listen to others around you. Fellow executives and company directors are there to advise you on their areas of expertise. Accepting their input on decisions is vital. Demonstrating good listening skills and genuine interest in the concern of others promotes your image internally, improves your understanding of how the business operates day to day, and will generally lead to better business decisions. 3, motivation. The ability to pursue a goal with enthusiasm and instill the same attitude in others is a key component of a good CEO. 4, adaptability. And this is one that I want us to understand clearly here, because we've had to do this a whole lot in the last couple of years of our business in developing FM here in Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and the United States. We had to adapt to various changes. None of our fault, but we had to adapt. Adaptability, this is number 4. Changes in your industry, sector, and business can have a profound impact on your strategy, priorities, and the decisions that you have to make. Being able to accept that and change direction when necessary can be a powerful tool. A good CEO should also be able to adapt to their role for what the company needs, whether that's for a multinational conglomerate or a startup enterprise. And we are a multinational conglomerate. We need to be able to know how to adapt when certain situations change. We do not have control over logistics. Getting a product from Poland to Trinidad and Tobago, there's a lot of logistics involved, and we do not have control over that. So when somebody quits the business because a product does not arrive, you know that they were still at employee level and they were not at CEO level because they weren't able to adapt. They weren't able to buy into the vision. They were not motivated. It is, and maybe they don't even trust you or trust the company. That's 4 out of the 5 characteristics I just listed there. So when somebody quits the business for a product not arriving, they're really not CEO material just yet. They need some personal development. Not that they cannot be CEO material, they just have not risen to that level in their life just yet or in their business just yet. And I hope that I'm not talking about anyone that is on this training call right now. The fact that you are here, I expect that you see yourself as a CEO of your own organization. Number 5, trust. Inspiring trust and being trusting is a mark of a good leader and essential for a CEO. Stakeholders must have faith in your ability, and you need to feel confident in delegating to those you work with. A trusting CEO has more time to focus on the big picture and benefits from a positive working environment. Guys, 5 top characteristics of a great CEO: vision, receptiveness, motivation, adaptability, and trust. I trust that you would have understood clearly exactly what I shared with you here today on being a great CEO. And let's jump right in now to this awesome training that we have presented for you. So welcome everybody to our Empire Builders monthly training. And I want to encourage you today to build your empire, because if you don't build your empire, someone else will hire you to build theirs. And it's okay if you are in a job situation presently, still on the 9-to-5 grind, or the 8 to 4, the 6 to 2, or the 2 to 10, whatever the hours are, or in some cases 7 to 7, whatever your hours are, it's okay if you are involved in building somebody else's empire right now. That's quite okay. But don't let it be your final destination. You must get to that point sometime, someday, one day. But it starts with you making a decision to get to that point where you are building your own empire. Because we are part of the network marketing industry, we have that opportunity to build our own empire while we are working to help somebody else build their own empire. I thank God today that I've been able to move out of that situation of building somebody else's empire and focus on building my empire. I know we have a couple other persons in the organization that are privileged to be in that position also. I want you to pay attention to how you build. That's what we're going to discuss here today. Pay attention to how you build. I have a couple of friends that are contractors. They are builders, building houses and swimming pools. And you have to pay close attention to details. And you're going to get some of that here today. So pay attention to details and the foundation of your structure, because the wealth is in the structure, in the foundation of the structure. The wealth is in the foundation of the structure. In preparing this, I decided to do some research on foundations because I know they're very important. But I wanted to get some details for you on foundations to help you to understand why I am emphasizing on the foundation of the structure. Foundations are the first part of any construction. They are incredibly important to the durability of a building. And if not completed correctly, they can affect the strength and resilience of the building once completed. In short, without a stable foundation, a building will not be reliable nor last a long time. We want our business to be reliable and to last a long time. I was just looking at the report, FM World's report for the month of August, and I was observing that even though we have someone who has achieved the Nephrite star in the company, if you understand how to read the report in the back office, you will realize that nobody achieved the Nephrite star level last month. You will realize that nobody received the Malachite star level last month. The highest level achieved in the company last month was Amethyst star. That's the second star level. So it means then that the persons who achieved Malachite and Nephrite are not able to maintain it, or were not able to maintain it in August. When we build our structures, we don't want to be at the level today and fall from the level next month. We want to be able to build to the level and maintain that level. So we want our business to be reliable and last a long time. And what is going to make that happen or make that possible is building a solid foundation that your business could now stand on. What is a foundation? A foundation sits between the building and the ground, making it the lowest part of the structure. The lowest part of the structure. And that is what we are going to focus on today. some of the lowest parts of the FM World marketing plan structure. It distributes loads from the house to the soil, and it is integral that it is strong enough to withstand the entire weight of the building. Some of us do not have solid foundations in our business, and because we did not build that solid foundation, our business easily crumbles sometimes, and it frustrates us. So it's time to level up, guys. Anybody ready to level up? If you're ready to level up, just type level up in the chat for me. If you're ready to level up, type level up in the chat for me, because I want you to level up. And leveling up, you don't have to wait until the end of the month to see that you actually hit the level. You have to decide today that you are going to level up. So we are going to focus on two things today. One, welcome home bonus, and two, additional business partner numbers. And I want to just give a big shout out to Melissa George. I did put together the PowerPoint presentation, but I know she has some good final touches. So I sent it across there. I said, Melissa, you take a look at this, and whatever you want to do with it, you do with it. You know, so that nice welcome home on the side, you see with birds flying over and stuff. That was Melissa's work. To the top there, time to level up. You know, that's Melissa's work also. She did add in a few things to pretty up the presentation a little bit. So I appreciate her highly. Thank you very much, Melissa. So welcome home bonus, additional business partner numbers. Two things that I think have been overlooked for a very long time. So the welcome home bonus, the duration from January to December 2021 is when this incentive runs for. The base month would be September 2020, meaning the level that they look at when the month that they look at to see what level you were at that particular month. This particular incentive is targeted to business partners at efficiency levels from 0% all the way up to 21%, Pearl Orchid and Amaranth Orchid. So my question to you, are you dreaming of your own house? You could create it with us. Ensure to always be checking your structure, your tree, check your qualifications at all times to see whether or not you have qualified. So we're going to get into some information here about the welcome home bonus and show you guys how to actually position your business partners so that you would be able to qualify for this welcome home bonus and how much volume you need coming from each leg. So the level of business partners, if you achieve the 9% level, you need to have at least 300 points minimum coming from every leg or every branch of your business, nothing less than 300 points to be able to qualify for the welcome home bonus at the 9% level. And this is what I love about FM World. They have launched incentives that not just high levels in the company could benefit from, but even from the third level in the marketing plan, which is very simple to achieve if you are really building your business. So 9%, you need 3,600 points, but you need to have a minimum of 300 in each leg to be able to qualify for the welcome home bonus. When I get into the structures, you will understand the point system a little bit more and the volumes coming out from each leg. 12%, 7,200 points, you need a minimum of 600 points coming from each leg. 15%, 12,000 points, you need a minimum of 1,000 points coming from each leg. 18%, 20,400 points, but you need a minimum of 2,500 points coming out from each leg. 21%, 30,000 points, you need a minimum of 5,000 points coming out from each leg. So let's get into some structures here now. And this is where now the training session is being recorded. And I pray we'll be able to upload it to our Empire Builders group on Facebook, so that will be there for a lifetime for viewing, by God's grace. However, just in case, I need for you guys to take pictures of my screen, screenshot what you know, if you have your phone, whatever it is, your computer, screenshot this information, write stuff down also, because when you write, it helps you to understand more and to remember for a longer period of time also. So I'm going to show you this very first structure here, 9%. And this is what we call our core rank advancement. I promise you, the more persons in your team that you get to 9%, as fast as you can, the more persons will remain in your organization. You're going to have great retention. because the income that you could earn at 9% is not millions of dollars or even thousands of dollars, but it's a significant amount of money to show someone that what I exposed you to, it works. It works. And the income you could earn here, it could actually pay some bills. And who doesn't want to be able to pay some bills? So 9%, this structure, I show you with 6 legs. Now you could qualify for the welcome home bonus on 5 legs. However, you only get 50% more commissions. But with 6 legs, when you do it with 6 legs, you get 100% more commissions. So we are not even going to look at the 5-leg structure. We are taking everything that FM has to offer. That's what we want. We are going for everything. So your first goal when you enter this business and you launch is to get to 9% in the shortest time possible. How do you do this? It starts off with you being an example, being a leader, and doing your personal 400 points. When you do 400 points by simply redirecting your buying power, purchasing your perfumes and body lotions and supplements and coffees and teas, hair care products, spa products from FM World, and maybe you would have sold a couple of them, 400 points becomes so easy for you to do. I mean, you could sell 2 Utique fragrances, and that's 500 points. You could sell 2 of our NutriCode systems that has 200 points attached to it, and you've already achieved your 400 points. So it's not very difficult to do 400 points if you are actively working this business. Now, once you do 400 points, it's easy for you to duplicate that throughout your organization. The structure that you want to get at 9%, this is like the perfect structure to the book. 9%, you need 3,600 points. 6 legs by 600 points in each leg will give you 3,600 points. Now, whether the business partner does 600 points personally, or as you can see here in my 4th leg, you will see that I have 2 legs under this 4th leg. That's just to show you that business partners within the organization of the person that you personally recruited could also get these points done separately, and it adds up to the volume that you need. It's called group points. So 6 legs, 600 points each. This is the structure that you want to work towards. Now, it could be more than 600 points in each leg. That's okay. But not less than 600 points in each leg for you to qualify for the welcome home bonus. Now, take a look at this. The regular commissions that you will generate if you have this structure, or when you have this structure, to the bottom left of my screen, you will see 63 euros. 63 euros, that's the regular amount of commissions that you will generate at 9% with this structure. Now, because of the welcome home bonus, and you've achieved it with 6 legs, you are going to earn 100% more commissions. So your 63 euros, it's now doubled to 126 euros. Now, could you think about someone that you work with them and help them to get to this rank in the company and earn this kind of income, having a very active team under them, and just quitting on the business just like that? It'll be a lot harder for them to do that, especially with the momentum that starts building, especially with distributors in their organization, connecting with them and depending on them. It's a lot more difficult for them to actually quit on the business. Now, if you could do this, that structure that I just showed you, if you could accomplish that, the whole idea is for you to now duplicate that with your additional ideas. So all you are going to do is build yourself to 9% again and again and again. What is the additional idea? Additional ID is a unique additional business partners number received by leaders on the basis of the marketing plan. Depending on the effectiveness level that business partners obtain on their main numbers, they become entitled to operate on other additional numbers in their own name and on their own structure indicated by a business partner. Business partners at the 9, 12, 15, 18, 21% Pearl Orchid and Amaranth Orchid effectiveness levels are entitled to one additional number, assigned once for reaching each effectiveness level on the main number. A Golden Orchid is entitled to 2, whereas a Diamond Orchid to 3 additional numbers, granted once for achieving each effectiveness level on the main number. So in total, just in the Magnolia Club, you could qualify for 5 additional business partner numbers. When you go to the Orchid Club at Pearl and Amaranth, you get 1 each, so that's 2 more, that's 7. When you get to Golden Orchid, that's another 2, that's 9, and to Diamond, another 3. That's 12 additional IDs that you could work on building in this business. Now, some of you may not understand this fully just yet, but hopefully as I continue on with the presentation, with today's training, you will understand a little bit more. So, you are now at the 9% level. You've achieved your first additional ID, and you could now position this additional ID. Please, guys, if you have any questions, write them down for me now. This is very, very important. Write them down for me. And at the end of today's training session, I will answer some of the questions that you guys, I know you will have some questions. Write down the questions for me. If I have to go back to the slides to answer the question, I will. Yeah? But just take your notes down, write your questions down, put your asterisks, put your question marks, put your highlighters, whatever it is, and I will answer the questions down to the end. So when you get to 9%, with the 6 legs, you've qualified for the welcome home bonus, but you've also qualified to get your first additional ID. What I encourage you to do, I've only recently got this revelation, is to personally sponsor this additional ID, meaning that you'll place this additional ID directly under yourself, giving yourself now a 7th leg or a 7th branch. Remember, you only had 6 when you started. You built to 9%. Now you've sponsored yourself into the business with your additional ID. And your whole objective here is to duplicate exactly what you did for your main ID to get to 9%. Duplicate exactly what you did with your additional ID while maintaining your main ID with the intention for it to grow. I hope you guys are staying with me here. This is your main ID. Look at my screen. Main ID. Look at my cursor. Main ID. Your 6 legs did nothing different from the previous month. Now, this is worst case scenario. You want these 6 legs to grow. They grow, you make more money. But I'm saying that even if you maintain these 6 legs, the volume that they did the previous month, and you focus on your additional ID and build out that same 9% structure, your your volume is now going to be a total of your original 3,600 points from your 6 legs, plus your 400 personal points, that's 4,000. But you've now duplicated that very same thing with your additional ID. So to the far right of my screen, you are seeing the green arrow pointing to the additional ID. You will have duplicated the same structure. Let me go back to it to show you. This same structure, you would have duplicated that under this additional ID. So let's see how the commissions works out here now. Your main ID jumps up to 12% because now you have a total of 8,000 points. Your commission is 123 euros, but because you have 600 points in each leg, you have qualified for the welcome home bonus at the 12% level also. So that now doubles your commission to 246. But hold up. Remember, you qualified for the welcome home bonus, plus you have your additional ID that you are now earning commissions from also. So let's see what it's going to look like now. Your main ID generates a total of 246 euros at 12%. Your additional ID generates 63 euros originally, but your additional ID also qualified for the welcome home bonus because FM World gives you the opportunity to qualify for the welcome home bonus on 3 additional IDs. Read your marketing plan properly and you will see it. So your total commissions and bonus, 246 euros plus 126 euros for a whopping total of 372 euros, which is approximately 435 US, which is approximately 3,000 TT dollars. Now you tell me how many persons that you know would welcome an additional 3,000 TT dollars into their bank account. Tell me how many persons you know that are currently working a full-time job and earning only 3,000 TT a month. This right here, people, you have to sell this to your business partners. You have to sell this to your new distributors because this right here is money worth building this business for. It gets better as we go. As you qualify at the 12% level, you've now earned your second additional ID. Again, you position this ID directly beneath you. And you duplicate. Now, this is your third phase of the project. So we are trusting that you've been working with your initial 6 legs that are under your main ID, and you are doing your PBRs, launching these businesses, helping them to help their downlines launch. So they would have grown over the last 2 months or the first 2 phases of the project. So now they are all at 6%. They've all done 1,200 points in volume total. Now, again, this could be personal points, or it could be points coming from their team, matters not. To qualify for the welcome home bonus at the 15% level, you need to have at least 1,000 points in each leg. So our goal will be to get those 6 legs to 1,200 points. Makes no sense getting them to 1,000 points. It's just 200 more to get to 6%. 1,200 points minimum is going to be the goal. Get those 6 legs to 1,200 points, 6%. And your second additional ID, you build it to 9% while maintaining 9% under your first additional ID. Stay with me. Stay with me. Very, very important, crucial, detailed information that you are getting here. Very critical. So now you have your main ID has grown to 15% because you have 7,200 points coming from the 6 legs under your main ID, plus your 400 points, plus 4,000 points from each of your additional IDs because you've built them to 9%. A total of 15,600 points, and all you need is 12,000 to get to 15%. So you've achieved the 15% level in the third phase of the project. Now again, this project could be 1 phase every month. It could be 1 phase every 2 months. It could be 1 phase every quarter. It could be 1 phase every year. It's up to you, the speed that you build your business with. That's totally up to you. So what does the commissions look like here? This is where it starts to really, really look like, yeah, listen, something happening for me here. this is making a lot of sense, and I need to show a lot more people how they could achieve this. Your original commissions, 297 euros. But with the welcome home bonus, the fact that you've qualified for it on 6 legs, your commissions is now double, and you earn 594 euros. Now, we have persons in our organization here that are at the 15, 18, and even 21% level. And you could ask them if even at 21% sometimes that they earn less than 594 euros, and they will tell you yes, based on your structure. Based on your structure, you will earn less than 594 euros at 18% and 21% if you don't have a balanced structure. I've seen 21% checks for 300 and something euros already, 400 and something euros. So you could build your business to 15% and make more money than what some people are making at 21%. Now hold on. I have some more for you with the same structure, because check this out. You have your 2 additional IDs that would have also built to 9% and qualified for the welcome home bonus. So it's 594 euros in commissions in total for 15% with the welcome home bonus. But then you have 126 euros on your first additional ID and another 126 euros on your second additional ID, giving you a total of 846 euros. That's approximately 995 US, approximately 7,000 TT dollars. Now, might I add, these figures are before tax. You all know that there's a 20% tax we pay in Poland off the top. Hopefully, prayerfully, when the US office comes, that is going to change. We will not have to pay those taxes off the top, but we'll take care of our taxes locally. All right? But 7,000 TT at 15%. Is this significant income, guys? Do you know persons that are earning way less than this on their day jobs? Is this making sense for you? If this is making sense for you, it's starting to make sense, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Let me know that this is starting to make some sense for you. Drop a 1 in the chat for me. Tell me if you're enjoying. Let me see if you're enjoying this training session that you're getting here, giving you the in-depth, detailed information on building your business with a solid foundation. You guys realize that the focus here is really getting each person to 9%. And to get those persons to 9%, you just need a few persons at 3% to get them to 9%. These are the foundational levels in the marketing plan. And once we get that solid, once we get that concrete, once we get that understanding of the foundation of the structure, and just work with as many persons as possible to get them to these levels, our business is going to stand tall and very solid. It gets crazy at 18%. It starts to get crazy because at 15, you've now qualified for your 3rd additional ID. You've helped your 6 legs to grow. They are still at 6%, but more volume came from those 6 legs. So you now have at least 2,500 points in each of your 6 legs under your main ID. And you've also built your 3rd additional ID to 9%. So you have 3 additional IDs at 9%, 6 legs at 6%, a total of 27,400 points. Look at the commission, 738 euros. But you've qualified for the welcome home bonus again. Double commissions, 100% more, 1,476 euros at 18%. Plus, you have 3 additional IDs. 3 additional IDs qualifying for the welcome home bonus at 9%. That's an additional 126 euros on each additional ID. That's a total of 1,854 euros. That's 2,185 US dollars. That's approximately 15,000 TT. Again, all before the taxes that we pay in Poland. And guys, these are actual figures calculated by the formula, using the formula that FM World uses to calculate commissions. The only thing would change here would really be based on the conversion rates, the foreign exchange rate. But that 1,854 euros, if you have that exact structure that I showed you, that is exactly what you would earn. Could anybody do with this kind of income at 18%? I know we have 18% on the call. Genevieve Roban is at 18%. Genevieve, all you need to do now is solidify your structure, balance out your structure, get those additional IDs going.
Mr.
And your
Ryan,
income is triple at 18%.
trust me, I want to cry here now. How long have I been at 18%? No, this has to change. This structure is fantastic.
And it will change, it will change. However, if you focus, and this is for everybody, because if you are at 9% right now, you could still be at 9%, but make more money. If you are at 12%, you could still be at 12%, but focus on getting your structure built properly. It's like some contractor came in to build a house, but he did not build the foundation properly, and there were cracks in the house, the structure, or the roof wasn't lined up properly, and some heavy winds and rain came, like what we experienced a couple of nights ago. So some roof blew out, and some window probably came out, and you saw cracks in your walls. So then you had to now call in an engineer. This kind of work that I'm putting in here with this training today for you, this is engineer business. This is looking at the structure. This is looking at the science of the thing and the mathematics of the thing to help you to understand. I have a good friend of mine and brother who is a contractor, but he's not a builder. He has some real skill builders with him. He's a real robust businessman, and he understands for some of his projects that he can't just take a builder on that site. He has to hire an engineer that could engineer this thing so that you will not end up with problems in the long run. And this is what we're digging into here right now. So I'm saying to every one of you on this training that at the same level you are at right now, maybe you did not build a solid foundation for your business. So the engineer came today and gave you what you need, that you could re-engineer the construction. Get in there and dig those holes that you need to dig and drive those piles down that you need to drive down, and put whatever steel that you need to put inside there to solidify your foundation. And we could continue building again. Yeah? So this is 18%. And look at the money, 15,000 TT we're looking at here at 18%. What you think you're going to be earning at 21? It's not a very big jump, but you're going to be earning quite a bit more. At 21%, again, remember, only 3 additional IDs you could benefit from the Welcome Home bonus. And you already have 6 legs plus 3 additional IDs, that's 9 legs. I will not encourage you to take an additional ID just yet. So you took your 9, 12, and 15% additional ID and built them to 9%. And you focus on building the other 6 legs. So you are working with 9 legs basically. Obviously, it's going to be more for you because you've built your additional IDs and you have legs that you are working with under there also. So that's a lot of work to do. The money looks good, but it's a lot of work to do to actually achieve it. Because if you think about it, you have 6 legs under each of your additional IDs. That's 18 legs, plus another 6 legs under your main ID. That's 24 legs. That's a lot of work to do. Make sure you're taking your inner balance and your vitality boost. But it's going to be worth it if you could accomplish this. I know you will. I know you will. So don't take any more additional IDs just yet. Take those 3, build them, and build those 6 legs. 21%, you need at least 5,000 points in each leg to be able to qualify for the welcome home bonus. At 21%, however, the welcome home bonus is flat at 500 euros. They don't double it. So your commissions with this specific structure is going to be 1,281 euros. With the welcome home bonus, it jumps to 1,781 euros. But remember, you have your additional IDs with 126 euros each, taking it to a total of 2,159 euros, approximately 2,500 US, approximately 18,000 TT dollars. Isn't that amazing, guys? So what I want to do here, I did say to the end of the presentation, I will give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions. I want to stop at 21% here because I have something to show you guys still. But I want to stop here and I want to allow you to ask some questions because I know you have, maybe have quite a lot of them. So you can go ahead and ask your questions at this point. Let's cover some of those and we move on right after. I just have a couple more slides to show you. But 21%, guys, you can live with a decent income at 21% if you build the structures the right way. So, quick questions from anyone. And good to see we have 66 persons now on the call. Excellent. Quick questions, anybody? Mute your mic and you can ask your question or type it into the chat.
Yes, Ryan. Good afternoon. Good day. I want to find
out, right?
Beth, yes. I want to find out at the ground level how many people make up a leg, actually make up one leg.
One person makes up a leg. Every time you recruit one person, you position them under you, that's a leg.
Okay.
That person will now start building.
Okay.
And it could be an infinite number of persons going under there, right? But one person is a leg. So whether that one person does the points all by themselves, like for the first structure of 9%, that one person could do 600 points personally, or they could probably recruit one other person and they do 300, the other person does 300. Matters not, you just need to get the 600 points coming out so that you could qualify for the welcome home bonus at the 9% level. Very good question, Esmet. Next person, go ahead.
Mr. Ryan, is there a specific amount of people that you need under you? Like 5, 10, or 15, or what? Is there a certain amount?
I think this relates to the same question that Esbeth just asked. It doesn't matter the numbers. The volumes coming out from the legs is what matters.
Okay.
So if you have 10 persons in the leg that does the volume, good. If you have 5 persons in the leg that does the volume, good. If it takes 100 persons in the leg to do the volume, good. It matters not.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
I'm asking this one for the benefit of others. What's the maximum amount that you can go wide?
Okay, very good question also. That is also infinite. You can have as many legs wide as you desire to have. It really doesn't matter.
But
we teach persons based on the structure that we have, the incentive from the welcome home incentive. We need 6 legs to qualify for the welcome home incentive. So we teach you to build on 6 legs to begin with. And to get to the highest rank in the company, you need 15 legs to get to that rank in the company. So that's the max you should go at any given time, 15 legs. Anything more than that, I don't think it's very much useful. So I hope that answered the question. Now, the wider you go, you do make more money in the Magnolia Club because you get the percentage difference from that level, between that level and the level that you are at. So you make more money the wider you go. And it's always said in network marketing that width gives you more money, but depth gives you more stability. And that is what we want, stability. So instead of building wider, we build deeper. So the foundation is solid. Yeah?
So if it is, I give that.
Hi, Cindy. Good day. Good to have you on the training session. What's your question?
So if it is, you're getting 15. Let me say, for instance, you get more than 15. what happens to that commission?
If you make more than 15,
If we get more than 15 legs.
no, it's yours. It's yours. I'm just saying that building wider is a lot more for you to manage.
Okay. So encourage
Yeah,
people.
but if you build wider, that's totally up to you, and the company will pay you your commissions. I'm just saying that your business you may not be able to manage all those legs at the same time. If you are doing what you're supposed to do as a leader.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Ryan.
Go ahead.
You had posted a question in the chat, but I have that same question as well. If you have inactive members, right? How do you continue to build on that, or do you continue to build on that, or you just disregard it and start new legs or something like that?
Good question, and I'm just reading it in the chat here also from Udalbod, right, St. Martin. So, if you have inactive legs, there's a strategy that I use in continuing to build. I would position one person under that leg that I will work with, and then I continue to build under that one person. And most I will put under that person would be two persons. So instead of me having to go wider, I go deeper into somebody's organization. What happens sometimes is that the person gets a little bit stirred up when they see that, okay, something is happening in my organization here. As a matter of fact, you use it as a strategy. Brian Carruthers teaches you that in building an empire. You call up this person and you say, listen, I just recruited someone. I think they're going to do really, really well. I'm thinking about placing them inside of your organization, and have a business discussion with them. Even if they don't take up on it, you could still place the person, you work with them, but it stirs up the person above sometimes, not all the time, to get them going. Because if they see that they're going to 3% and then they're going to 6 and they're going to 9 and they're going to 12 and they're not doing anything, it might encourage them to just, okay, let me start working so that I could get paid, because they would not get paid if they are inactive. They will not get paid. If they get active, build another leg, they start getting some commissions. So it's a strategy sometimes. Jacqueline is asking if all level must be maintained monthly. It doesn't have to be maintained monthly. I could answer that question like, okay, for you being on a job, do you have to go to work every day? No, you don't. You could choose not to, but you get paid for the days that you come out for. Yeah? So it's the same thing with our business. If you maintain the level, you get paid. If you don't maintain the level, well, then you get paid for the level that you went down to. Yeah? And if you went back to 0, well, you get 0.
Yes, Brian. Good afternoon.
Yes,
this
Patrice,
is Patrice. As we know, life happens. I was going through my little situation. I lost my mom in the process, but I'm ready to be back on track. And I have a question about the 3 numbers. Thanks. I have a question about the 3 numbers, the 3 additional numbers. Yeah. If I make those, I have them throughout my organization. And once I shop on those numbers for myself and add people on, then it becomes like the 6 people that I had under me, including the 2 that are still active. Does it count like that?
It does, but what I would encourage you to do is to build the structure now as you have learned it, build it how it should be.
Okay.
I am one of those persons. In the past, I would have placed my additional IDs under some of my business partners. And that's okay. We've already done that. It's still your additional ID. You could still build it to 9% and earn the same commissions, everything. But work on paying attention on building your main ID with 6 legs outside, outside of the legs that you have your additional ID in.
Okay.
I was going to share
All
that
right.
information also, so I'm happy that you asked the question so I can share it now. All right.
Okay.
So
I have about 100 people still in my organization, but I'm trying
excellent.
to encourage them because a lot of them wasn't told why they're in the business. So now that I'm back on track, I can do that with one by one, a one-on-one with each of them.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So what you need to do while you are trying to inspire them to move, you must become very intentional because you
Yes.
have your main ID to build to 9% and then your
Yes.
additional IDs to build to 9%. So let them see you building, whether they're moving or not, let them see you recruiting new people every day, growing your business, earning the commissions, share
I
your
only have one
testimony.
person on my personal, yeah. I have one person in my personal leg that really shows that if you want something, you go after it. And that's Angela.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So guys,
All
let's
right.
move on. We got some questions. I trust that that would have helped with some of the questions that some persons who did not speak or did not ask any questions. It probably helped with some of the questions you had in your mind that you did not want to ask. Somebody else asked it for you. So I trust that you got some good information there to help you. Yeah. So back to my PowerPoint presentation. And I want to show you guys something that totally blew my mind. Totally blew my mind. And I'm seeing that I have a small error here on my slide. And I'm going to fix it here right now. Hold on. These additional IDs, the whole idea is for you to work on getting them up to 21% eventually. That's what you want to do. Your additional IDs, work on getting them up to 21% eventually. What that is going to do is take you up to the amaranth orchid level. Now, this is where it gets really crazy, guys. Amaranth orchid. This, it blew my mind when I saw it. Somebody saying something. Hold on. Let me just put back my settings here. Good. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so your 6 legs have built up to 5,000 points. Now, your desire is for them to grow also to 21%. But I'm just giving you these structures to show you that even if your business partners that you recruited are wasting time, as we will say, you don't have to waste time with them. Find other persons to work with and build your additional IDs to 21%. When you build your 3 additional IDs to 21%, you need 3 21% legs to get to Amaranth Orchid. Now, this information is going to blow your mind. Huh? You need 3 additional IDs to get to 21%. Sorry, 3 legs to get to 21% for you to achieve Amaranth Orchid. When you achieve Amaranth Orchid with this particular structure, look at what happens. Your commissions is 1,881 euros. But you could qualify for the welcome home bonus at the Amaranth Orchid level also. So that's an additional 500 euros. That's 2,381 euros. But your IDs at 21%, your additional IDs, they all earn 1,281 euros and they also qualify for the welcome home bonus, which is 1,781 in total euros, 3 times. That's a whopping total of 7,724 euros. Nothing close to what I've ever earned as an amaranth orchid. That's approximately 9,100 US dollars. That's approximately 62,000 TT dollars as an amaranth orchid. The wealth is in the foundation of the structure. I will say it again. The wealth is in the foundation of the structure. This is my new focus, to build my structure just as I have shown you here today. Ian Anthony would be able to tell you that when we went to the Maldives for FM World's 14th anniversary, I was asked by one of the leaders from Lebanon, what does your commissions look like as an amaranth? And I told them the highest was like 1,500 euros. And they were like, what? We have amaranths in Lebanon that makes over 3,000 euros a month. And I was like, yeah, Clifton, you need to look at your structure and really build properly. I'm encouraging you this evening. This is an engineering course, crash course that you went on here this evening, helping you to understand how to engineer the foundation of your business, that the growth will be consistent, it will be solid, there will be no cracks in your foundation, and the structure that you will build will be able to stand firm and stand long on that foundation that you would have built. Might I add to you, pay attention to your incentives, the welcome home bonus. At 9, 12, 15, and 18%, the company only pays the bonus twice. So if you achieve the welcome home bonus on the 9% at the 9% level this month, and you achieve it again next month, that's twice that you achieve the bonus on 9%. September, October, November, you cannot qualify for it at 9%. You have to go to 12% to be able to qualify for it. And you will only be able to do it there twice, then twice at 15, twice at 18. The only levels that you are able to qualify for the welcome home bonus every month is at 12, at 21% Pearl Orchid and Amaranth Orchid. Once you qualify, you're going to get that 500 euro bonus every single month. So it's set up not for you to settle at a level. They give you 2 months, and you better get to the next level, otherwise there's no bonus for you. That's enough inspiration for you to grow. So I thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come on to this training session today, get the information that you need to succeed. Look out for our October events. Saturday, 2nd October will be our monthly training, and Saturday, 9th October will be our quarterly recognition. Ensure that you break some new levels so that you will be able to be recognized at our training, our recognition function come October 9th.